Hey there, thank you for tuning in to The Paradox, a podcast where I connect with people around the world to talk about global paradoxes and their possible solutions. The Paradox has a new episode every Friday, so if you want to stay up to date, I would kindly ask you to subscribe to the channel. And for now, enjoy this episode. Today's episode, we have a guest called Mathiah. He's from America and he is Iraqi and Turkish. He's a musical artist. So I want to introduce him right now. You can introduce yourself.
Hello.
And I want to start this episode because I find it quite fascinating how we met. Because we met through Instagram, but in my experience, I don't know if it's actually the case, but I feel like we've been following each other for like years and years and years. We were talking about it yesterday. We did like a prep call and we're talking about how you can actually, it's kind of like you live with each other for years, like you grow up together through the internet, even though you've never met each other and you don't know each other. So what are kind of like your thoughts on that?
Um, I mean, like all I've seen is your highlights. You know what I mean? For the most part, that's how we. Um, like I do follow a lot of people for some time, and then they run up to me, and they're like, "Hey, I can't believe like you're here." And I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, we follow each other." I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like I don't even know. But it's cool, like the internet. It's like I took edibles one time,
Okay.
and I was like. I was looking at the sky and I was like, yo, I was we're low key connected spiritually, like through the internet. Like we're living in a data based computer or whatever. Like I can reach out to anybody in a part of the world.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Like we're all like, I don't know. We all can relate. Like I can go on Twitter and post something and then somebody in Italy would like see that shit and relate. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. But that's kind of why I find it paradoxical in a sense, because even though we can connect to people around the world, I still feel like people are very disconnected from each other because on Instagram, for example, I think that you basically see like highlights of each other's lives. So it's not like a very realistic image of who someone is or what someone maybe not like who someone is because I feel like you still obviously are yourself, but I do think that a lot of people, and especially in America, over that's my experience at least, like people really portray a specific image of who they want to be. And I notice it more with like artists, even in the Netherlands, like everywhere. Like some artists have like a very specific way of how they portray themselves based on who they aim to be. And that's actually something that I understand because we obviously all want to like achieve something. But I'm just curious, like as an artist, like as a musical artist, how do you make sure that you stick to who you are in your image? And also, maybe it's good to mention that you've been to LA or you've lived in LA. How did you experience that?
I mean, it took me a long time to stick with who I am, if that makes sense. Um, like a lot of English rappers, like singers or whatever, like they started at a very young age. And like I started when I was like in high school, like senior year, I think like 16. But I didn't really know any English, so that was the biggest um like rock to climb, if that makes sense. Like everybody else, yeah, they started when they were like 14, 13. Like they knew rhythm, they knew English, you know what I mean? So they knew the culture. So it took me a very long time to just understand the basics of the language. And then when I went to LA, like I still haven't discovered myself and my sound. When I went to LA, I was like just surrounded by artists, like a bunch of rappers and all that. And they were so cool. I looked up to them and I was like, holy shit, like I wish I was, on their level. And I would always beat myself up because I was always like falling behind, and I didn't know what to do. I was like, how do I sound good? Like every time I went to a studio, they would all go like, I'm not convinced. Like you don't sound real. Like you're not, you know what I mean? You don't believe what you say. and I had a
Yeah.
hard time believing it. I'm like, oh shit. And then like, you know, heartbreaks and life went by and like just beat the fucking living shit out of me. And then I just like 6 months I stayed in my house in my apartment with my roommate, and I didn't leave. I bought my own equipment and all that stuff, and I just sat down there and I just practiced my voice. If that makes sense, I started to understand that my voice is an instrument. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And the way I stay true to myself is just to write how I experienced life. That's literally it's you know what I mean. It's really simple.
Yeah.
But I mean, like it's hard, but like I don't know. It's a long, like when you go into stores like Forever 21 and stuff, they play like random ass artists. They sound bootleg. Like there's no feeling behind it. It's like whatever music, and like
Can you explain to people who do not know what bootleg is? What
yeah,
bootleg
yeah.
means?
Like there's so many artists in the world that like yeah, you can make music, you can rap, you have rhythm, but they don't sound believable. You know what I mean? Like it's like ugh, like
Yeah, right.
it's like filler music, if that makes sense. Like that's why Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, whatever, like they sound so important to the people because they're like rapping is like acting, you know what I mean? Like I have to sound believable for somebody else in another continent, in another state that would feel my emotion. You know what I mean?
It's also about the story, obviously, that you are able to tell and the story that you can tell. Because I feel like um, I really admire Drake as well and his music. Like I recently, it's actually really funny. Like Spotify gives you this wrapped up for the whole year, you know. And then it stated that I was like in the 0.25% or something of people that listen to Drake because I feel like since a young age, his songs, like his lyrics, really resonate with things that I've been through or things that um, I don't know, just like things that keep me busy. And I feel like that is one thing with music. It is, as you said, like it's a language. You can use it to describe, to let people sort of live through your world or through your vision. It's the same with film. It's basically the same thing. I mean, like I saw this quote recently. I think it was from American Horror Story or something, and what they basically said is, as a film director, and I think this actually counts for a lot of artists. As a film director, you basically observe the world and you tell people that the people who you observe, how they live their lives, if
Yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah,
And since I read that, yeah, I kind of just feel like that is the case for a lot of different things, also for music. Like you observe your life or other people's lives, you translate it into art, and then you give it back to the people, basically.
yeah. Like I'm in a way like the voice of the people. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
in Utah, that's where I'm at right now. A lot of artists here, like a lot of rappers, all they talk about is like, you know, fucking bitches getting money, driving Ferraris, just shit they don't really have. Because they're like a lot of artists, like a lot, they're scared of their emotions. You know what I mean? And that's what makes people unique. Like all I have to do is literally say how I feel, and somebody in the world will relate to that.
yeah,
Like it's
definitely.
just it's that you know what I mean. And it took me a long time because like it's scary to be vulnerable. You know what I mean. It's kind of like you're in a therapy session, but everybody in the world can hear it.
Yeah, so it's interesting that you're saying that. How can you like define further how you sort of manage to overcome feeling vulnerable? Because I feel like a lot of artists have this, that you obviously have to be allow people very very deep into your life and into your emotions, and especially for men, there's obviously like a very stereotypical uh, image of men, like toxic masculinity. So how do you manage to overcome that, and what sort of drives you to do what you do? You know?
Well, like just the same lessons keep happening to me. You know what I mean? Like my life was just circling around, and I was frustrated, and I really wanted to leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It just a lot of crying. Like, like every time I would write something, my roommate would slap me and go like, "No, that's not, that's not how you feel." I'm like, shit. Like I would just write things to be cool, and then I started to dig into Drake because he was the best. He is the best. I would just go to his lyrics and I would just read everything, and it's just a diary. All his lyrics is just a diary, literally. Like so deep. Like he's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I took a sip of tea. I went to the bathroom, took a shit, reminded me of you. Like,
Yeah, yeah. He's very much in his feels, like very, very much in his feels.
yeah. And I was like, oh shit. Like it's really that simple. Like I just like sit down and then just write how I feel. Like, oh, I went into the mirror and I looked at myself and I started crying
Yeah,
because I don't know. And then I went to the fridge and I opened it and there's no food. I started crying again.
yeah,
Just stupid shit.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
say
No,
how
it's
you
cool.
feel, and so
I feel
somebody
like
will relate.
yes, exactly. And I recently started listening to The Weeknd again, like the trilogy albums, like House of Balloons and Thursday Echoes of Silence. And I feel like the generation that we grew up in, like when we were teenagers, like the music that they make back then, even though it's not that like long ago, but it's very different from the music now, I feel. Do you think that's the case?
Well, like the music nowadays, I'm not gonna lie. For some reason, I don't know if it's Corona, but like I haven't been excited about new music. It's really weird. I don't know why, but like ever since Corona happened, like music didn't really matter as much as it did, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I don't know if
definitely.
it's because like everybody's living on the internet and I don't know what happened, but like nobody really cares about music as much anymore. It's kind of like a moment.
People don't really appreciate like a body of work anymore. It's more about like quick hits, like
Yeah,
quick.
and
And
everybody's trying to make like a TikTok sound. You know, like they're just targeting like the girl Koi Lorray or whatever, and she's like my best friend. I don't know. She literally only makes music for TikTok. Like
mm,
that's her target. I mean, yeah, she'll make a bunch of money, but every time you see her on stage, nobody gives a fuck.
yeah,
So it's just like you gotta, like being a true artist sucks because you're gonna be not as rich as other people, and you're gonna work harder. But it's I don't know. Like I mean, Drake he's been number one for like a fucking decade. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
if I was him, I would retire. Like I wouldn't even like drop anything just because like that last album was stupid. The cover art was so stupid.
It was kind of
Um,
corny.
yeah, it's just repetitive. Like it's just
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just even the new Kanye album. Like the beats were cool, but like the subject was fucking retarded. Like I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. He's
yeah.
just like God, I can't breathe. You can't hold me down. Like bro, like stop. It's like Yeezus, but like shittier. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, yeah. So, how do you think like the internet has basically changed the way that you can produce music these days or publish it? Because it obviously has changed a lot with Spotify and stuff like that. So, can you give like a comparison to when you were a teenager and now, and how it is better or worse than when you were a teenager if you want to be an artist?
Yeah, the thing is, like, when I was a teenager, bro, like, I didn't speak English, so, like, I didn't even have a phone.
Mm,
Like, I didn't even have Apple Music. I didn't know any of this. So, like, I'm like a grown ass baby, if that makes sense. Like, I'm 24 and I'm just
yeah,
barely seeing the world. Like, I'm barely understanding stuff just because of, like, the language barrier. So, I can't compare that. I can compare it when I was, like, 20, 21. Music back then, I would get excited, and then I would go to school, and then all my friends would talk about it, and then I'd be like, yeah, did you hear this? Did you hear that? It was a social thing. Like now, it's just like we don't really see each other. Like now, I get excited. Like the weekend, he just dropped his new album. I got excited, listened to it, and I was, what the fuck? Like
yeah.
it's cool, but like it's whatever. Like I don't.
It's like the moment is not there anymore, you know? Like the moment of actually like waiting for an album, appreciating the album. I feel like I think it has to do with Corona, to be honest. But do you think like social media, for example, for yourself or for like other artists, do you think like social media is a better way to like get known for your music or basically get a hit or whatever?
Yeah, like this is the shitty thing that sucks is like I'm not the best at being like an internet personality. Like I'm more like a you experience me in real life. Like even like people, like girls would see me in real life and they're like, "Oh, you look." better in person. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, so it's kind of different. Like when I make TikToks and stuff, like it's hard for me to create a joke. Just because like it takes practice. Like,
Do you think it has to do with being introverted or?
yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, like, I'm goofy in real life, and I like to mess around, and I'm funny as hell. But like when it comes to the internet, I just can't do it. Like I'm just awkward as fuck. So it's hard and it takes time, but that's how like that's how it is now. Like, which is kind of cool. Like now people don't need to move to LA to become famous.
True. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's
They
very
can
true.
stay in fucking Michigan and make TikToks and blow up. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but I'm that kind of person, which sucks. Like I don't know if it's because of my age, my country. I don't know, but like I have to go to LA and like experience it. Which is kind of it's better. Like it's better storytelling. Like like it's a better life. Like it's a better movie to watch. Like if this is how I look at my life. I'm watching a movie pretty much. Like
Yeah.
you know what I
I
mean? Like,
understand. Yeah. Yeah.
would I rather go to LA and like fail and like do stupid shit, or would I sit in my room and make fucking TikToks?
Yeah.
Like, what movie would you rather watch?
Yeah, yeah. I think it's all about risk, honestly. If you're an artist or if you just want to do anything in life or be anyone in life, it's literally about taking risks and understanding that no is an answer, but yes is also an answer. And you need to know who you're talking to, and you need to know how to keep yourself motivated. Because if you are not going to stay motivated, no one is going to do it for you, and you're basically just going to fall in like a very repetitive lifestyle. And it's your choice if you want that or don't want that, or if you want to like chase, you
Yeah,
know.
that's another. Like now that like music isn't the same. Like I don't really care for it as much. Like it's kind of like because like back in the day, I would listen to like Drake's Scorpion or More Life would come on. I'm like holy shit, like that's such a dope sound. Like I wanna recreate that in my own way.
Yeah.
And it would inspire me to like go in the studio and like and stuff. But now I listen to it, I'm like, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just looking at the wrong artist. Like I don't, and it's hard finding new artists nowadays. Like most of them are like bootleg artists. I don't know if that makes any sense to
Yeah.
like they just like Charlie D'Amelio. Like they just don't sound like yeah they can like sing or whatever. Everybody can sing, but it just doesn't sound. It has no impact. Like there's no substance behind it. It's just like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like cool melodies and shit.
I have like two final questions or three final questions. The first one would be, where do you think like society and especially like artist society is headed in the near future? What do you think is going to happen with artists?
Yeah, the good thing is about the internet right now is everybody can become their own artist and like they can become independent. That's the only thing that's really cool. Um, like me, like I'm an introvert. Like if the internet pops for me, I'm gonna be pretty happy because like I would have my own leverage. I would have my own audience, and you know what I mean. I get streams, which comes,
Yeah.
you know, I can get a monthly income from streams, and I don't have to go to labels or anything like that because like I can reach out to anybody in my universe.
Yeah. The second would be, what would one thing be from your childhood that you would bring back for children nowadays that grow up nowadays that already have the internet?
But my childhood was living in Iraq. Like I'm from Iraq, bro. I don't know if anybody wants to live that.
Oh,
Like it's
oh,
good,
that's a
like
bit.
yeah, it builds character and shit. Like it's kind of hard, like yeah, it was necessary, but like I don't know. I feel like it's good. It's a good balance. Like not everybody is supposed to be the main character.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely, I get
You know
that.
what I mean? Like there's a lot of fillers and this is the crazy thing about the internet is they're getting their personalities from the internet.
Yes, that's so
Like
true.
everybody talks like they're a TikTok app or their Twitter. It's weird as fuck. So
Yeah,
like me in my childhood, I had to experience real trauma. I had to experience like hardships. So I had to formulate my own fucking personality. And now
yeah.
they just watch a movie and then they would go like,
That is what shapes your personality, obviously. Like if you have witnessed hardships or if you have any sort of life that is different from the life that you have right now, you obviously have something to compare it to. And I think that's the most important thing, because that's where gratitude comes from as well. Like if you know what you didn't have and you have it now, you can actually appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's also why I sometimes feel sorry for children who are born in like very rich families, that are born in privilege.
It's like playing a video game that you already maxed out.
Yeah, you're basically already like
What do you do?
on level 100, you know, like
Yeah, what do you do? Like, what do you do? Like, literally, like, what do you do?
yeah, definitely.
Like, it's. I feel like that's more of a challenging life than somebody who grew up poor and broke, because like there is no way to go up in that realm. Like,
Yeah.
unless like I don't know, spiritually, um, I guess.
Yeah, even in the movie Lion, for example, there is this quote where he basically says that like a poor man basically has one choice, or has like one opportunity to make it work, where it is that like a rich man can basically waste opportunities. So if one doesn't work out, then he can just go to the next, and that's the main difference. And that's basically the hustle, you know. Like if you have one shot of doing it, you're gonna make that one shot work, or you're gonna try to make that one shot work. If you have opportunities to waste, it makes you lazy, you know. It doesn't always have to be like that, obviously. Like I don't want to generalize people, but that's my experience at least. Like if you have one shot, you need to make it work, you know.
Yeah, like I was at work the other day, and then some dude was talking about how he has like a group of friends, like 40 CEOs, and they're all rich as fuck, and they put their money together and they invest in local businesses and states. And it's like, wow, man, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, let me get one friend. Let me get one of those friends, bro. Like, it's
Yeah,
like how easy? Like, you know what I mean?
but that's also like the easy way out, obviously. So I don't know. I think like the hustle and like the not knowing also keeps you on your toes, and that's basically, I think, what keeps it exciting, because you never know what's gonna happen. You know?
Yeah. I don't know. I'd rather watch a movie of a broke boy who's trying to fucking survive than somebody who's rich and complaining about what water to drink.
I agree with that completely. Hey, thank you for being here. If you want to follow him on social media, I will link all of his links in the biography. And yeah, do you want to say something? Final words, final thoughts.
I love One Piece. That's
Okay,
it.
nice. Everyone loves One Piece, so that's good.
I love this shit, bro. I would die for this shit.
I
That's my
understand.
lifestyle. Live,
I feel
watch
like
anime.
your hairstyle says it as well.
Yeah, I was looking at my hair. I was like, it looks kind of stupid. It's
No, no,
like
it's good.
it's
But it's like
headphones and
a
then like a big
bun.
tree or whatever. I don't know. Thank you for watching The Paradox. If you want to watch more, follow my boy and follow me on Instagram. My name is Mathiah, by the way. Go watch anime on every Sunday.